Right, hello, welcome back to the channel. We've got a bit of a challenge, this one. Picked these up off eBay as a bundle. There's also a red DS Lite, but it's entirely in pieces, so I'm not going to faff around with that, plus it makes an awful front screen picture. Basically, the listing said that these were all entirely unfixable. So, I like the sound of that challenge. The whole lot was a touch under £75. So let's get a DS Lite charger. Oh, there's a game in it. Top trumps. Woo! And that power's on. Top screen is knackered. Doesn't read the game. But the hinge and the case are good. Still doesn't. Right, let's dose this. I don't care if the sticker gets ruined because it's top trumps, it's not worth anything. So that doesn't read cartridges or have a help button, but I am sure I can find one of those. So let's leave that on charge and sling it out the way, and let's see what's next. Now, I've already had a look at the red 3DS. That button is no good to man or beast. I'm going to pop that to one side for a sec because this I fully charged earlier, but does not switch on. And the PSP, let's have a look if I can rummage up a power cable. I can. Looks like the battery's charging. It's been opened. There's a surprise. Power on, power off. Power on. But we have... So the screen works, buttons work. We're missing the stick cover, that's not a problem. That doesn't recognise that there's there, so there should be a little spinny thing there. Now, this here is a little switch, and yep, that works. So I like to spray a bit of that in there, press the switch up and down a few times, and then now it appears in the corner, as you can see there. But the power's gone off. We're going to have to investigate this a bit more, but let's just leave it. There we go. So besides that being a bit wonky on power, that could be our first sort of revival, because this appears not to need too much work. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. That PSP is going to get sorted. I'm going to leave it down here on charge. And let's start on this. Now, that's the wrong screw. That's the wrong screw. Oh, that's the right screw. That's the right screw. Someone has taken this apart and either just thrown it back together to get a shot of it, or they just didn't remember where the screws came from. That's not meant to be in there, that's for the back. And in fact, that's not even for there. I don't know where that screw's from. That's for the board. And that's not the right one either, but yeah, we've got a small collection of screws, one more to go. Right, the back is off. It is missing the wireless card for a start. Those two screws there belong there. Pop that out, pop that out. This is missing a little black piece that goes underneath, and those are not the right screw. That one might be the right screw. It is. This one is for the board. Let's get you off. Fortunately, I do have plenty of spare parts to replace things with. That's not in the right place. Well, that's handy. Don't think that was meant to do that somehow. And we'll unclip that. That looks a bit grubby. That's the camera ribbon. This has definitely got signs of water damage. Now, obviously, there's our power button. Have I got a plug anywhere? I have. I'm stood on the end of it, that helps. So do we get a light when I plug in? Yep. Marvellous. Now, we're also missing the microphone. Well, that little, yep, the light comes on. Won't do anything because it's missing pieces. Let's pop this out. Find myself some tweezers that I've just had 5 minutes ago. Yep, they're on the floor. I'm going to put these cables back in. Because now I can reach the power button. These things tend not to turn on if they don't have the Wi-Fi chip connected, but you can at least push the button and see what happens. So we're going to try that. First, hold that in place. Light comes on, probably won't do anything due to that lack of Wi-Fi chip. So let's go and find one. There we go. Just slinging things around. Let's pop that on there. I might see if I can plug this power cable in. And yeah, we've got power on. Well, one of the screens is dead. Shall we find some more screens for it? Right, we're back. Here we have a brand new speaker ribbon, because that will come in handy, and a brand new screen. So, let's get these together. That will go that way round. Brilliant. So let's take this board back out. Pop that over there, out the way, and now it's trying and get this in place. Let's have you in there. It's all a bit messy, but power is on. No, it's gone off again. Nope. Still no joy. Are we in enough? Yep. And around the right way. Yep. And that one's in the right way. Yep. These might not be in enough. That still goes off. Ah, I've spotted something. The top screen may be okay. Let's get this out of the way and I will show you what I have spotted. I want to break that, it's a brand new screen. Obviously that's not connected. So not having the backlight connected on the touch lower screen will make it go pop. Well, this is fun, isn't it? I do, however, refuse to be beaten. So here is another board. One that is a bit, shall we say, knackered. Things that can't be fixed. What are you talking about, mate? Don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where the flux is though. That's a pain in the backside. I will find somewhere to get a hold of this board. Maybe we should wheel it down this end a bit, yeah. I just noticed as well, this piece is missing from that one, so we'll have that for later. Right, let's get the old blowtorch on. Phone at the same time as this. I really should get the flux on there. Put that somewhere safe, as I want it, for use on the other one. Right, let's get this little board out of the way. I really do need to find the flux, otherwise I'm never getting that one on there in any useful state. It's probably time I had another tidy up in here. Superb. I've found the grubby, messy stuff. So I am going to just tape off this bit with some Captain tape. I don't want to damage that one. Whilst trying to repair the other. Now, blob valve there, and I am going to heat this gun up nice and hot, and I'm just going to burn this one off like that. Swap hands. Just got rid of that. Right. Now my next little trick is to try and get the other one on. And get it on nicely and not melt it or burn it or anything like that. So let's try and sugar. Just dropped it. It's okay, I found it. Fear not, loyal viewer. That's kind of on there. Now it is on there. So now I need to sort of heat it up so it's melted and stays in place. Let me just have a look. Right, that looks okay. I've just had the eyeglass on it. You can't really see from that hideous camera, but let's just poke it with a it's not coming off. So hopefully we're sorted. I'm going to just come back in a second. Look at that, top quality editing. Yeah, all I've done is taken it out of the thing. But we've got this. They look right there. Not going to zoom in. Yeah, they look like they're connected. So let's get this tape off. That came off far too easily. I hope it's done its job in protecting other things. Let's make sure this, yep, that still opens. Jolly good. Give it a little spray. Find a cotton bud. Right, first of all, let's chuck the rubbish away. We don't need that cluttering up the desk. Let's get this in. I've still got that stuck to my finger. Check. Let's try and get this one in. If I I can get this in first time, I will. If not, I'll leave that till later. Don't really need to worry about the touch screen just yet, but if it works, it'll be nice to have it in. Okay, shall we try it in the actual shell? I think yes. Because obviously we don't know about this top screen, etc. Camera, check. Speaker ribbon, check. Right, battery. The 3D lights on. And then it goes off. Right, okay. Where is the power cable? I like this. I like this a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Powered on. Backlights have come on. That light's come on. Come on, you can do it. Yes! Touchscreen isn't working. Okay. But yet we've got the touchscreen plugged in. I'm really chuffed at getting that going and that this top screen works. I'm not overly fussed about a touchscreen not working. That's easily dealt with. So let's just have a look at this. Let's chuck a bit of juice on there. Okay. Not plugged in anymore, are we? Let's get you plugged in. Unfixable. I don't think so, sunshine. Everything's fixable. Admittedly, I can't fix everything, but I can flip and try. And yes, I'm using tweezers on the touch screen. I know I shouldn't be. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to the box of touchscreens. Let's get this one. Hopefully it's just the touchscreen, not the connector. I don't want to have to do another one of these epoxy things. Right. Now let's get the power on. Yep. once that fires up, you'll be able to see some light through there. But I should be able to touch the touch screen at least. No. That is the right way round. Okay, let's have this out of here. Let's have a look. Have I got to replace that one as well? Let's turn it into a right git. Let's have a look. No, they all look okay. And even that. Doesn't look too bad. Interesting. Let's find another touchscreen that's like a whole thing. I'll be back. Let's try this pink one. Right. Obviously, I'm not sure if this screen actually works or not. I just pulled one out of the box of spares. I'd like to think I don't just throw broken screens in a box, but I couldn't say for 100% definite that I haven't. Because if that works, then I can replace the old screen, touchscreen. No. Okay. I mean, that's quite troublesome. Oh. Is it because of... Right. Where's my power cable? There was definitely something touch-worthy there. Now what happens if I hold my finger on that? Okay, let's put this in. I really don't want to replace this if I don't have to, but I may have to replace that connector again, another one, and I need to be really careful with the power socket. So before we do anything else, let's solder this back in place, because that's coming off. Let's just nip a couple of bits in, a couple of screws in whilst I wait for the soldering iron to warm up, just to hold this board in place. These are not the right ones in the right place, but they're there just to stop me causing any more damage. And yeah, let's find a little bit of solder. Make that solid. Right, now that should be a bit better whilst I've got the thing plugged in. It's still a little wobbly, but I shouldn't be able to cause any damage with it now. Okay. Power on. Has the things in, it should be a bit tighter. Settings. So nothing there. Let's hold that. I'm holding the flappy bit in place. Yep, this here is also a bit cream crackered, because yeah, if I just put my finger on it, touchscreen, take my finger off, nothing. So we've got the soldering iron on. Let's zoom in the proper way. Can't see shit. So when I push it, it makes contact, but not when it's up. So let's take the ribbon out for a minute, and then we'll just attempt to try and heat up each leg, and we'll see if that has any effect on it. Let's try that again. Otherwise, we'll be getting the board holder out, won't we? So I can nick one from somewhere else and put it on this one as well. Yeah, still nothing. And if I put my finger on it, yeah. Okay, well, that is going to need another one of those things replacing, which is very annoying. Time is it? Oh, 7. Right, I'm going out. I will come back to this probably tomorrow because I need to do some post tonight. It's going to be a long ass video if I do all of these in one, but why not? It's a challenge, isn't it? Try and get as many of these back to life as possible. I haven't even tried the camera yet. That could be knackered as well, which would mean a whole strip down just to get to that. Ugh. And also this is going to be really tricky because of these. That seems like fun. It does look a little bit like one of those pins. Hang on. It's sticking up a bit. Interesting. Okay. Now, I might be mad. But I'm going to try it again. Because if that is just because it was poking up, let's just put the other screen back in as well. Where is it? There it is. Just in case. Just. Sometimes we get lucky. Sometimes. Not very often, you know. What's it look like? Okay, let's have a go at, could it be magic? Right, let's have a laugh. Will it work? Will it not? Probably not. But before I started cannibalising it again, I probably should just try that little beep bop. No, that's unfortunate. And if I hold it in place, yeah. So, unfortunately, it's going to have to come apart again. But, as I say, that is for another day. I am off out. I will catch you in a bit. Right, I'm back. Let's get this out of the way. Well, by get it out of the way, I mean, let's remove the screens. And attempt something I've not done before, replacing the oh, you prat, I put screws in, didn't I? Yeah, right, let's take that out. I don't don't want to mangle this top screen because miraculously it works. So we need to get this one off and then get enough heat underneath without melting these to make a new one stick. I mean, what I could do is try and heat that up first, but yeah. This is going to be a nuisance. Either going to break it or fix it. But seeing as it's apparently unfixable, I can't really break it, can I? Right. Hang on, before we do any more of that, let's put some Captain tape over the others. Right, let's try that again. Wait for it to heat up. And now it's at temperature. Let's zoom in. To here. Ah. Yeah, that one's off. It's still kind of stuck to the board, but it's off. Now, that looks okay. So, what I'm going to need to do is possibly put some new solder on there and heat it from underneath. So, let's get the soldering iron heating up. Whilst that's heating, I'm going to jab a bit more of that on there. Worst flux ever. Can I try and get some? Yeah, that'll do. So perhaps let's just tidy those a bit there. Right. And to flip that, flip this, as I need to drop that off at the edge of the board so I can get in. I need something to hold this flat because otherwise it's going to fall off. I've got an old N64 laying about. Let's try that. Yep, that kind of holds it in place. I've already got a replacement to go on there. So let's try and drop it on without too much aggro. Right. Too much. That looks about right. Okay. Where we hope. I don't ruin anything else. I think that might have got it. Just going to leave that and we'll come back and poke it once it's cooled down. Okay, hopefully that's a bit cooler and let's give it a poke. Well, it seems to be stuck down, so oops. Let's get the N64 out of the way from holding it in place. Unscrew that. Put the board holder on the pile of rubbish that's on the floor. It's not actually a pile of rubbish so much, it's just stuff that's laying around. Let's look at that. That still works. That still works. Call me completely baffled if you like, because I am baffled. Right, there's the old isopropyl alcohol. I had it. There it is, hiding on the floor. Cotton bud to give everything. Bit of a clean up. It will need a proper clean up afterwards. A soak in a nice bath. I think that's worse than if I just left it. Right, let's give this a go. Let's see what happens. Right, where's the other half of this case? As always, fold it out so you get a little fraction more leverage on these ribbon cables. Where's my screws? Right, where's that wonky battery? I say wonky, it's just not fully charged. We're still missing the buttons from here. It does still turn on. That's a, well, it does still power up. That's a good sign. No. the touchscreen still doesn't work. And if I push down on it, it does. Okay, interesting. You're not going to connect to the internet, but this is curious, very curious. Let's wake the soldering iron up. I'm just going to go over these with the soldering iron. I'm going to need to use the eye loop for that, so give me a second. Right, I've just literally touched those four up with the soldering iron, so I'm going to chuck it back in and see what happens. Does it do anything? I don't know. Is it actually knackered and I'm just trying to put a broken one in? Because although, oh no, it's not, is it? Because I am, if I squash it, it works. Oh, hang on. Right, epoxy thing's in. It took ages, but it's in. Let's try it again. Yes. I like this. I like this a lot. Totally unfixable. Touchscreen. I'm going to use the things. Okay. Now that I like. Right. We've got somewhere. Okay. The next trick is, before we do anything else, let's plug this camera in. If the camera's okay, I'm going to build it. If the camera's not okay, I'm going home and I'll come back to this tomorrow. Right. Doesn't matter if that doesn't really work or that isn't fitting. All I need is to put the back on, which I don't know where it is. I've got no idea. There is another one just laying around just out of shot of camera. This might be the one, it might not. But it is going to be the one for right now. And where's that infrared thing? Yeah, let's get you on there. Fold you in here. Just because I need to put the back on. As I don't need to put the back on, but it makes holding that battery a lot easier. And I'll get the charger in. R works. L doesn't. Okay, that's something else to look into. But I want this camera to open. Right. Yep, external. Okay, internal. You absolute beauty. I think we're good to go. Let's look at getting this together properly. See if I can find all the parts I need. Right, we're in. We've got the little black thing that goes over there, and we've got the thing here that is for the mic, not the microphone, the volume switch. Thank you. Let's have you off of there. Done with you for that. Now, where did the volume switch go? One thing I haven't tried is a cartridge, but we'll deal with that once everything else is together. If it needs a cartridge port replacement, that will be another job for another day. This goes around that way. Lovely. Perfect. Right, we have to get a microphone. Oh, it goes in that way. That's okay. Okay, I was confused for a minute. Oh, you absolute shit. Guess what's broken? Another one. Oh my God. This is the DS from hell. I've officially decided I hate this 3DS. But I won't be beaten. I'm just doing this because it's annoying me. But this is going to have to come out again. Although it will be coming out again another day. For now, we are taking this out, putting in a power button thingy, can't believe that. So there's the power button. Oh, I don't need to go and find a rubber because it's in the case. Excellent. Right, we have got everything we need. That's going in there. The screen's going down there. That can't go on yet, no, because I need this little weird thing. 2 black screws. I need the SD card reader and 2 slightly longer gold screws. Now this can go back down. I mean, it's coming back apart tomorrow. I mean, currently it is 21 minutes past 10 in the evening. I've been at work all day and now I finished at 4:30. I got in here at 4:45 and I've been doing post and faffing with repairs ever since, minus the stopping at 7 to go for a walk. So yeah, I think it's probably time to put those walking shoes on and do another mile back to the house and then come back to this after work tomorrow. But I want it back together as much as we can. To see what, if anything, remains to be done besides that microphone cable. On this Unfixable 3DS. Let's have a couple of screws in the back. I won't put all of the screws in the back because, like I say, it's got to come apart because clearly that holder for the microphone was iffy. But right, there we go. Power's on. Power's in. Keep that charging. If I flick this, the Wi-Fi light goes on and off, that's good. So, volume works. Helps if I actually plug that down properly, but never mind. 3D, yeah, that works. So, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, find a cartridge, see if that works. Yoshi's Island. Yes! I reckon we're pretty much sorted on this one. I like that. But I will call this part 1, I think, because this video's gone on for ages. We'll do part 1. We'll come back with the rest of this for part 2 and the PSP that's been on charge for hours and now apparently seems okay. But we'll, like I say, come back to all of these in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.